the Ghost King. The village of Eldermist had a way of keeping secrets, wrapped tightly in fog and the smell of damp earth. Even the oldest trees seemed to whisper warnings to those who dared wander too far into the woods at night. They said that once you saw him, the Ghost King, you never quite left him behind. Not really. Some claimed he was a spirit, others a man cursed, but everyone agreed. His presence changed you whether you wanted it to or not. Ayla was not afraid of such tales. At 27, with hands skilled in healing, she had learned to see truth beneath superstition. She treated cuts, broken bones, and even maladies no one else could explain, drawing herbs from the forest with a precision that was uncanny. Her mother had been a healer, and before that, her grandmother healing was as natural to her as breathing. But one morning, as mist crawled along the edges of the village like a living thing, something unexplainable came to her doorstep. The knock was light but deliberate. Ayla's heart, usually steady, skipped. Visitors were rare, strangers even rarer. She opened the door to find a man whose eyes seemed to hold storms inside them. Pale as moonlight, his hair dark and tangled, his clothes worn but regal in a forgotten way. He didn't speak at first, just stood like he had stepped out of another world or another time. I'm looking for help, he said finally, voice low but commanding, tinged with an accent she couldn't place. They call me Kairo. Ayla frowned. You've traveled far. Come in, sit. What kind of help do you need? He hesitated. Then, as if deciding to trust her, he revealed the wound hidden under his coat, a deep gash across his side, dark with dried blood. But there was something else, something about the way his skin pulsed, almost unnaturally cold. Ayla's instinct screamed danger, but her training prevailed. Lie down, she said gently, guiding him to her small, herb-scented room. Tell me exactly what happened. I've been haunted, he admitted, voice trembling but steadying, by men who want to take what I am, what I carry. I can't explain. Not yet. Ayla's fingers hovered over the wound. You have to. Healing without truth is dangerous. He swallowed hard, eyes haunted. I am called the Ghost King because I should be dead. But death cannot hold me. I move between worlds alive and yet not. I am haunted because of what I carry inside me. Knowledge, power, secrets that men would kill for. Ayla didn't flinch. She had heard tales of spirits and curses, but she had never believed. Yet, looking at him, there was a truth she could not deny. Something about him, terrifying and tragic, pulled her in. That night, she walked by candlelight, the soft scratch of her knife against herbs mixing with the distant wind. Kairo lay quietly, sometimes flinching at shadows that didn't exist. You know, Ayla said, breaking the silence, I heal bodies, not legends. He smiled faintly, almost sadly. Sometimes the body is a legend, and the legend is what needs healing. She laughed, short and dry, but something inside her ached at the sadness in his voice. And if I fail, then I die, he said simply. Or worse, I live, but I lose myself. The conversation left her sleepless, pondering the weight of living between worlds. She didn't realize she was already drawn to him, a pull she couldn't explain. It was reckless, dangerous, but she didn't care. Days passed, and the villagers noticed the stranger. Their whispers spread like wildfire. Who is he? Why is he here? He looks like he's been dead before. Ayla ignored them, focused on tending Kairo's wound and the subtle shadows under his eyes that no medicine could heal. One evening, her childhood friend, Jorin, confronted her. Ayla, stop this. That man, he's trouble. I've seen him wandering the woods at night, talking to no one. He's dangerous. He's hurt, Ayla said firmly, and he's not asking for trouble. He needs help. That's all I see. Do you even know who or what he is? I know enough to help, she replied. I trust him. That's enough. Jorin shook his head, worry etched in every line of his face. Trust can kill, Ayla. Don't forget that. And he was right, but trust, once given, has a way of rooting deep. Kairo began to open up. In hushed tones, under the flicker of candlelight, he told her stories of battles no one could fight, betrayals that left scars deeper than any wound. He spoke of a kingdom long lost, of a crown he never wore, and a debt that had kept him alive while others perished. Ayla listened, enthralled. Her heart ached for him, for the loneliness in his voice, for the weight he carried. She began to see the man beneath the myth, and the ghost beneath the king. I never wanted to live like this, Kairo said one night, staring at the ceiling, as though the ceiling could answer. Between worlds, neither here nor gone, I've loved and lost. I've hurt and been hurt, and now I don't even know if I deserve to be helped. Ayla's fingers brushed his hand as she pressed a clean cloth to his wound. Everyone deserves help. Everyone deserves someone to care. Even you. He turned to look at her, eyes wide, almost fearful of the emotion in hers. Even me? Yes, she said simply. Even you. The night sky turned heavy with storm clouds, and the wind shrieked through elder mist like a warning. Ayla walked by lamplight, carefully brewing a potion to reduce Cairo's fever. The herbs steamed in the water, the scent of thyme and lavender filling the cramped room. Kairo sat up, shivering, and stared out the window at the blackened forest beyond. Storm coming, he said, voice low, almost distant. Ayla looked up from her herbs. So, it's just weather, nothing to worry about. He shook his head. No, it's never just weather when I'm near. Storms follow me, not literally, but something inside me draws them. Trouble, death, fear. I don't want it to touch you. Her heart tightened. Kairo, I don't care about storms. I care about you. He turned to her, eyes reflecting lightning from the window. You shouldn't. It's dangerous. And I'm dangerous. I've brought ruin before, and I've loved people who ended up destroyed. Ayla sighed, setting the potion down. She crossed the room and took his cold hands in hers. Maybe, but if we live our lives only afraid of what could happen, we'll never truly live. Even you, even your cursed existence. You deserve warmth, Kairo, not endless fear. For the first time, his gaze softened, and in that softness, Ayla glimpsed a humanity she hadn't expected to find fragile, haunted, and profoundly beautiful. Days turned into a week, and the villagers' whispers grew into suspicion. Rumors spread that Ayla was consulting with a ghost, a cursed man who would bring ruin. Mothers whispered warnings to children. Old men scowled when she passed, and even the blacksmith, a reasonable man by nature, refused to deliver firewood to her home. Jorin returned, more urgent this time. Ayla, they're angry. People are scared. You can't keep hiding him here. You have to send him away before they act. I can't, she said, her voice fierce. He's hurt, Jorin, and he trusts me. How can I betray that trust? Trust isn't enough, Jorin warned. Villagers don't reason with ghosts or with men they fear. You're risking your life. Ayla's hands trembled. Maybe I am. But sometimes, life is worth the risk if it's to protect someone you care about. Jorin's eyes softened, frustrated but helpless. Then I fear for both of you. This path you're on doesn't end well. Ayla didn't reply. She didn't need to. Deep down, she already knew he was right, but her heart had chosen Kairo. One evening, as the storm raged outside, Kairo confided a truth he had held close for years. He had once been a prince, heir to a small kingdom swallowed by war and betrayal. His own brother had orchestrated his supposed death, leaving Kairo to wander as a ghost among men who could not see him. I shouldn't be alive, he whispered, voice shaking. But I am, and every day I live, I feel the weight of what I've lost. I loved, I trusted, and everything was taken. Ayla pressed her forehead to his shoulder. We can't change the past. We can't bring back what's lost, but we can choose what we do with today. And right now, we choose to heal. Together. Tears glistened in Kairo's eyes. Even if it means loving someone I should never touch, someone whose life I might ruin. Even then, Ayla said firmly, love isn't about convenience or safety. It's about courage, and I'm not afraid. Just as their bond strengthened, betrayal struck from within the village. Old Margot, the herbalist who had once trained Ayla, reported Kairo's presence to the village council, insisting he was a danger. The council, fearful and rigid, demanded he leave or face exile, or worse. Ayla confronted Margot, voice shaking with anger. How could you? After everything I've done for this village, after everything I've given you. Margot's eyes were hard, unyielding. I'm protecting them, Ayla. You can't see it, but this ghost, he brings shadows, danger, death. You call someone cursed who's already been betrayed, haunted, and abandoned. Ayla shot back. Do you know what it's like to be alone, to fight, to survive while everyone else believes you dead? Kairo doesn't bring shadows, he is the shadow, and he survived it. Don't punish him for it. Margot faltered, but the seed of fear had already been planted in the council's mind. Kairo's fate, and Ayla's, now hung by a thread. That night, Kairo couldn't sleep. The storm outside had quieted, leaving only the sound of rain tapping on the roof like a soft drum. Ayla noticed him staring into the dark corner of the room as if the shadows themselves spoke to him. Kairo, she whispered, moving closer. What are you thinking about? He hesitated. fingers tracing the edge of the bed. I've been hiding more than just my wound, more than just my story. There's someone from my past still out there, someone I failed to stop. Ayla frowned. Who? His name is Coven, he admitted, voice tight. My brother's right-hand man. He orchestrated the downfall of my family, and he's still alive. He's the one haunting me, the one who wants to take what I carry, the secrets of my kingdom, the knowledge I possess. If he finds me here, he won't stop at death. He'll destroy everything, including you. Ayla's heart clenched. Then we face him together. I don't care about danger. You're not facing it alone. Cairo's lips twitched into a sad smile. That's what terrifies me most about you. You don't understand the cost yet. I'll learn, Ayla said firmly, and if the cost is worth saving you, then I'll pay it. 3 days later, while Ayla collected herbs near the forest edge, Kairo suddenly appeared behind her, tense, his gaze fixed on the shadows between the trees. Someone's here, he murmured. Before Ayla could ask who, a figure stepped forward, a tall man with cruel eyes and a grin that twisted the air. Coven, Kairo, he sneered, always hiding, always pretending. And you meddle, little healer, foolish girl. Ayla stepped forward, fists clenched. Leave him alone. Coven laughed, a sound that chilled the bones. Or what? You'll try to stop me? You're just a girl with herbs. Cairo's hand hovered over Ayla's shoulder. Stay back, this is my fight. Ayla's hand hovered over Ayla's shoulder. Bay, the confrontation was tense. Words flew like knives. Coven mocked Cairo's past, his failures, his ghostly existence. But Kairo, for the first time, spoke not as a haunted man, but as someone claiming his power back. You won't take me again, Kairo said, voice steady. I am not your ghost to haunt. I am alive, and I will protect what matters. Ayla watched, heart in her throat, as the air seemed to shimmer with Cairo's intensity, calm yet deadly. Coven backed off for now, disappearing into the forest with a parting warning. This isn't over. You cannot hide from blood debts forever. Kairo sank to the ground, exhaustion washing over him. Ayla knelt beside him, brushing the damp hair from his face. Are you hurt? Not yet, he whispered, a small smile flickering. But we are not safe. Not yet. The next day, the council convened, fear and superstition ruling every word. Margot recounted Cairo's presence, the villagers' whispers swelling into accusations. He was a threat, a ghost that needed to be banished. Ayla stood before them, courage unwavering. He has done nothing to harm us. He is hurt, yes, but he is not a threat. He is human, and he deserves the chance to live, to heal, to be part of this village like anyone else. The council murmured, skeptical, even angry. And what if he brings ruin? One man demanded. Then we face it, Ayla replied firmly. But I will not condemn a man for being alive when he has already suffered more than any of us could imagine. If we cast him out now, we will have committed the true injustice. The room fell silent. Some villagers reluctantly nodded, while others muttered, uneasy but unwilling to fight Ayla's conviction. For a brief moment, peace returned. Kairo and Ayla spent their days preparing for the inevitable confrontation with Coven, but also savoring small joys, collecting herbs together, sharing stories of their childhoods, laughing quietly over simple mistakes in the kitchen. One evening, as they watched the sunset paint the forest gold, Kairo turned to her. I never believed anyone could care for me. Truly, I've been haunted, betrayed, and forgotten. But you've given me something I never thought I'd have again. Ayla leaned her head on his shoulder. And you've given me courage to care, to risk, to believe in someone when everyone else doubts them. That is worth everything. For a moment, all was quiet, the world holding its breath as if acknowledging their fragile, dangerous happiness. The forest was unnaturally silent. The night Coven returned. Ayla had just finished tending to Cairo's minor injuries when a shadow fell across the doorway. I warned you, Coven's voice hissed, dripping malice. No village, no healer, no crown will save you now. Kairo stood, his body tense, every muscle coiled like a predator. Enough, Coven. Your time of hunting ends tonight. Coven laughed cruelly. Oh, it has only begun. You think a ghost can fight a man who knows your every weakness? Ayla stepped forward, heart pounding. We don't fight alone, not tonight. Coven sneered at her. You, a healer? You have no power here. Ayla's eyes blazed. Power? Power is not in the sword, Coven. Power is in choosing what is right, even when fear tells you otherwise. For a moment, Coven faltered, unnerved by her conviction. And in that split second, Kairo struck not with rage, but with precision, the culmination of years surviving, hiding, and learning. The fight was brutal, but measured. Kairo moved with a predator's grace, each motion deliberate, each strike a defense rather than vengeance. Coven's attacks were wild, fueled by hatred, but Kairo anticipated, dodged, and countered. Ayla remained close, her hands glowing faintly from the herbs and oils she had prepared, not magic, but a healer's intuition and skill. She tended to Kairo's small scrapes mid-battle, whispered instructions, and offered encouragement that was as vital as any weapon. "You're stronger than him," she whispered during a pause. "Stronger because you fight for what matters, not just for yourself." Kairo's lips curled into a brief, fierce smile. "And I fight for you." Coven, blinded by rage, made a fatal mistake underestimating Ayla's courage. As he lunged, she tripped him with a well-placed root from her bag of herbs. He fell hard, and Kairo seized the moment, pinning him without mercy. "You will leave this village," Kairo said, voice calm but unyielding, "and you will never return, or I will end this here." Coven, defeated and seething, spat on the ground. "You've only delayed fate." Then, without another word, he vanished into the shadows of the forest, leaving the village trembling but safe. The storm passed. Morning light spilled over elder mist, painting the village in gold. The villagers emerged from their homes cautiously, witnessing the aftermath a strange calm, the remnants of fear now tempered by awe. Ayla walked beside Kairo, hands intertwined, her heart still racing from the night's ordeal. "You could have been killed," she whispered. "I could have," Kairo admitted, voice low, eyes haunted. "But I wasn't. Because of you. Because you trusted me. Because you cared when no one else would." Ayla shook her head, smiling through tears. "We cared for each other. That's what kept us alive. That's what made us stronger than fear or hatred." He pulled her close. "I've been called a ghost all my life, but with you, I feel alive. For the first time, truly alive." The village council approached, hesitant but changed by the events. They had witnessed courage, love, and loyalty firsthand, and they began to understand a profound truth. Judgment without understanding brings only harm, but empathy and trust can heal even the deepest wounds. "You have proven yourself," the council elder said to Kairo, "not as a ghost, not as a king, but as a man who chose righteousness. The village will not turn against you." Ayla stepped forward. "And may we remember this. Fear can make monsters of us all, but love, courage, and truth, those are what make us human." Just as peace seemed restored, Kairo revealed a final secret. The crown and power he had inherited as the last prince of his fallen kingdom still awaited him, but he had no desire for it. "I've spent my life surviving," he said. "I thought power might give me meaning, but I've realized love and trust give more. I choose this life, here, with you. No crowns, no kingdoms, just us." Ayla laughed softly, brushing a strand of hair from his face. "And you will finally live as a man, not a ghost. That's the greatest power of all." Kairo smiled, a rare, unguarded expression. "Then, let's live it fully. Together." Elder Mist returned to normal, or at least as normal as a village could be after witnessing a living legend. The story of the Ghost King and the healer became a whispered tale, one not of fear, but of courage, love, and morality. The moral was clear. Fear may surround us, and past mistakes may haunt us, but the choices we make guided by trust, courage, and love define who we truly are. Ayla continued to heal, but now with Kairo at her side, not as a ghost, not as a king, but as a man reborn through love, trust, and moral courage. Together, they became a living testament to the power of empathy, the strength of human connection, and the truth that redemption is possible for even the most haunted souls. And so, the story of Ayla, the healer who loved the Ghost King, came to an end, not in legend, not in fear, but in courage, love, and the quiet triumph of the human heart. Yet, in every shadowed forest, In every whispered tale of old, there are more stories, waiting stories of betrayal, magic, courage, and the unexpected twist that life or spirits can bring. If the tale of Ayla and Kairo stirred something in you wonder, curiosity, or even a chill, then you are ready for the journeys that await on Folktales of Many Tribes. Here, every story carries secrets of distant lands, ancient wisdom, and lessons that echo across time and generations. Join us, listen closely, and let each tale challenge what you know about love, loyalty, and the shadows that follow us all. The next story could change everything you think you know about the world and yourself. Subscribe to Folktales of Many Tribes and step into worlds where the past whispers, the present thrills, and every ending hides a new beginning.